What is going on, guys? My name's Matt, I'm the guitarist and songwriter in the metal band Master Sword, and this is Rockstar Reacts. Today, I'm reacting to a live video from one of my favorite bands, Dream Theater, playing a song I don't think I've heard before, which is surprising because it's not a new song. It's off an album called Awake that came out back in the 90s. It's a very, very highly recommended album that I just skipped for some reason. I don't know why, because I love Images and Words. I'm a big fan of Metropolis Part 2, Octavarium, most of their albums, especially during their what I consider the peak period of like early 2000s. I don't know why I skipped Awake. I think I may have tried to listen to a few songs off of it, and it just didn't hit me. Maybe I wasn't in the mood for Dream Theater at that time. For whatever reason, I just skipped over that album, and I think it's about time I finally check it out after got probably 20 years of being a Dream Theater fan. So yeah, this is Space Divest by Dream Theater. So they have Jordan in this this video, who was not the original keyboardist. So I'm kind of curious how Kevin Moore might have played it. I'll have to check out the studio version after this. Such a fabulous pianist. I feel like he might use piano a bit more than I would personally like in my metal, but for stuff like this, real quiet, beautiful sections, like, you can't beat a piano. I love his guitar in the background too. God, that thing is so cool looking. I like those sound effects. I wonder how they did that live. I'm trying to guess what year this was recorded based on how they look. Oh, it's not Portnoy. It's Mangini. So it's pretty new. So they have clips and stuff playing over it, which I don't mind in live performances. That's fine.
As long as she stays on the pitch. Ooh, this is not how I want it to end. Ooh, and I'll never be a pretty queen.
Slow burner. I know this was the last song off Awake, so typically the most epic of songs is kind of at the end of albums. Let's see where it goes. It's got to pick up sometime. There we go. Okay. I love Petrucci's guitar tone so much. If I had to guess, I would imagine this was probably recorded pretty soon after Mangini joined the band, because Petrucci's not quite as bulked up as I know he currently is. But he's getting there. All right. So tasty. All right, that was Space Divest by Dream Theater. I'm still soaking it in. It's a Dream Theater song, so there's definitely complexity there. It was a very slow starter, very slow. I wonder, did Kevin Moore write that one? It's very like keyboard centric. So my guess would be that Kevin Moore probably wrote it, but I'll check that out later. Yeah, it didn't hit me as hard as I would have liked it to, I'll be honest. It had some amazing parts. Petrucci's guitar solo no one can ever say like he doesn't have like soulful playing, because he can make that guitar cry like very few guitarists can. Very much in the vein of like David Gilmour, except he has those runs that are just super crazy technical, kind of sprinkled within, not the entire time, but just enough to give it kind of the Petrucci flavor, which I love. He's definitely in my top 5 guitarists, possibly top 3. Especially like his tone. His tone is to die for. I love it so much. Yeah, that song felt like it could have been a lot longer and had a bit more of like the heavy part. It felt like the entire thing was just building to something that it got there, and then it was just like, okay, done. Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of confused as to why that song in particular is so high up on like their Spotify plays. Because I went down the list to try to pick a Dream Theater song I've not heard, which is kind of hard for me because they're one of my favorite bands. I think this was the first one that popped up. So it's in their top 20 most played songs on Spotify anyways. Still enjoyable. It's Dream Theater. It's not like it's something way out there in a genre I don't really like. I guess it's kind of in the vein of The Spirit Carries On, except that song's way better. Spirit Carries On, I mean. Because holy shit, like, yeah, that's just a beautiful song. If you haven't heard that song, definitely check it out. I'm sure most of you have, since you're looking for Dream Theater reaction videos, so you've definitely heard that song. Yeah, so I guess that's all I have to say. I'll check out the original version right now, probably, because I'm really curious how different it sounds to this. So yeah, that's all for me. I'll see you next time, guys.